figured I need a break from sewing. I have been cutting patterns and doing all the things for making a muslin for a frock coat for a hot second now, and I need a creative break. And also I want to make a video that doesn't take an entire month. So, we're making beans. Woo! Though you might not be aware, my family is from New Mexico, always has been, and beans are kind of a staple. They're not rocket surgery to make, but they will feed you for a long time, and well, I'm sure there are more nutritious things I could be putting in my body. I like them, whatever. So what I have going on here is a completely unmeasured quantity of pinto beans from this here bag, which I have soaking in some salt water. I don't really know how long I'm actually going to let them set. I certainly don't have overnight to make it happen, but you know, they can chill for a little bit in there, and you know, that will make them cook all the faster once it is time to put the heat on. Over here, in a super branded Ziploc bag, I have some dried New Mexico red chili that the fam brought back from good old Nuevo Mexico last time they were there to visit some family. So what you do, it isn't hard to make fairly traditional New Mexican pinto beans, is you take these dried chilies, however much makes you happy, and put them in some water to boil. Then once these have softened and the liquid is kind of made a broth, chili broth if you will, you take the whole mess and throw it in the blender. Meanwhile, you get together whatever you want to flavor it with, whether that be oregano. I like to throw a little lemon juice in just for some acid. You know, whatever you like to go into the sauce, and the whole mess goes in to a crock pot, or I think I'm going to use a pressure cooker here, along with, I got chopped bacon ends, but you can also use salt pork. And I think I'm going to brown those just so that they taste all delicious and Maillard reaction-y before I go pressure cooking the whole thing. So I'll have a big pot of beans to munch on over the weekend and over the next week. So, let's do this. I probably should have cleaned my kitchen for this. So, sure, that seems like enough. This is you pretty much go until the ancestors tell you it's right. I'm going with that much chili. I'm going to say that much water looks right because everybody's kind of floating. You pretty much just want to cover these chilies with water because you aren't going to need all of the liquid. You're only going to put in as much as it takes to make kind of a nice sauce. All right, take it down, take it down, take it down. Easy go. Hooray! I love cleaning up. Hey, question. You are actually on camera. I am filming for my little YouTube-y-do. How long do you boil chili for? Like, I just kind of go until the ancestors tell me it's right when there's, like, you know, when it's soft and kind of comes apart with a wooden spoon, but, like, longer? Shorter? So, like, not very long at all? 5 to 7 minutes? 10 at the most. Okay, I think it's been boiling, like, 5 minutes? Like, they come apart when I stab them. Okay, they're ready. All right, thank you. What is foresight and where do you buy it? us. Right. Holy shit, that's a lot of bacon. More Instant Pot facts. Now, this interface is not intuitive. Like, hard no on is it easy to use. But it will do anything that you ask it to do. Right now, I have the saute setting on. I bought what appears to be the largest package of bacon ends and pieces that they had at H-E-B. I think they only had the one size, but it's enormous, and I don't really think I need all of it. So I'm gonna saute this bacon just to render out some of the fat, pour that off, and then I'll just have this like nice porky goodness on the flavor. That said, all of these presets here are pretty much just like predetermined times as set by the manufacturer. Everything that these buttons do, you can get to be done via these guys down here. This is sort of the automatic transmission of the pressure cooking universe. The bottom is running standard. So I'm going to go ahead and saute this bacon, get that rocking and rolling, put the beans in, add the chili, and then pressure cook the whole thing. That is the sound of deliciousness. Again, I'm not measuring. I just go till it kind of smells about right. I feel like baking is a science, but cooking is a little bit more of a ballparkers kind of game. With baking, you have to measure. Like, you have to. And you have to know your principles, and you have to do your thing. But when it comes to just a big pot of something, like, that is a canvas to just play with. And so, you know, these beans could be something you could, that sings to you. You could do something like white beans, you know, with kale, and do kind of like an Italian wedding stew. You can do pinto beans with all kinds of stuff, black beans, garbanzo. The dried food options, if you have an Instant Pot, are almost endless. And it is on, and now you just walk away from it. And it will magically turn that pile of stuff into usually something pretty good. The venting process, you have two options. You can do the quick vent or the slow natural vent. I lean on the slow natural vent mostly because I'm lazy, and all it means is just ignoring it until it depressurizes on its own once the built-in timer goes off. So I'll see you in about an hour. Okay, it has been the total 40 minutes of pressure cooking time we set on the timer, and then it's been an additional what looks like 44 minutes since then, and it has depressurized. I did end up putting it into the venting position after about half an hour, out of pure impatience, but let's open it up and see what we ended up with. See if this turned out to be a nightmare, or if it's actually good. Oh God, I love the Instant Pot. When I was a kid, making beans like this took literally all day. And like, if you forgot to put water in the beans and they got dry and you burned them, like, God save you from my mama. So something that used to take an entire day, you can now do in about an hour with that magical, magical pressure cooker. Roll that beautiful bean footage.